In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to transform my Lego Transformers 2007 movie Starscream from his robot mode into his F-22 jet mode. If you guys are interested in getting the free instructions to this build here, you can download those over on my website, DrippyBricks.com. The link to that site will be in the description. Okay, now let's get right into it. The first thing I want to do is show you guys the back for when you transform him back into his robot mode. This is the configuration you're supposed to arrive at when he's in his robot mode. We got the wings kind of half folded over here. I think this is 3 clicks in on these hinge plates right here. Yeah, 3 clicks. And we've got the nozzle of the plane in the center here, the tail fins on the side here, and then the other tail fins are on ball joints. So those fold up and rotate and slide right in there. So when you get him back into his robot mode, this is kind of what you're aiming for. And while we're back here, the first thing we're going to do to start this transformation off is remove the nozzle here, because it's attached by only one stud and it's going to fall off literally every movement that you do during this transformation. So we're going to take that off, place that bad boy on the side right there. Next, we're going to start transforming the back. So what I want you to do is start folding these wings out first here. And like I said, there are 3 clicks in. So we're going to go 1, 2. Oh, actually, there are 2 clicks. All right, 2 clicks in. Fold those out. 1, 2. And once we fold those out, that'll open up this section here for us to bring the thrusters out. Now the thrusters are on just regular clip pieces, so they don't lock like the wings do after being moved into position. These kind of just slide out nice and smooth. So boom, we're gonna fold that thruster area out there. We've got a bunch of tail fins or wings here. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna move these out, and these are on ball joints. So we're gonna rotate just like that. Oh, as a matter of fact, no, we actually don't have to rotate. They're actually already in the correct position. So we're gonna fold those out, put those just like that. Then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. Pull it out. Ball joints, the 1x1 ball joints that these are connected to tend to have a lot of resistance. So you're gonna wanna hold any area that may potentially untab as you're rotating these out. So once we do that like 180 rotation, we get the wings here, the tail fins, and this is actually going to be, this portion that we're looking here is actually going to be the top of the jet, and Starscream's body here will form the under portion of the jet. So after that, we are going to fold these wings down. Just push those right in there. Same thing on this side. Push those down there. Then we can angle them off to the side. Give them some more display value there. Make them a little bit more accurate to the actual F-22 Raptor. And then we are going to get started on these portions here in the middle. So first, we're going to fold this down. And the nozzle, if you do want to attempt to transform this all in one piece, the nozzle will be right here. So you would just fold that down like that. But we're going to put that on at the end so we don't have to deal with all of that stress. So this portion here is actually going to form the interior of the jet here. So this is hollow, but it's going to form a covering over it to fill that gap in. So we're going to push the legs down, and these pieces here need to swivel in. So if it's not able to do that, just push this down, swivel in, apply pressure to this piece here so that as you're swiveling, it doesn't fall off. We're gonna swivel, fold the clip down, and then swivel along here to move that clip inward. And then we're gonna fold it down and make sure it fits right in there. But you don't want this curved slope to be under. You don't want it to actually fit all the way in, because you need to pull this part out when you're transforming him to get back into his robot mode. So same thing. We are going to move this leg down, swivel in, push the clip down, swivel along that clip. Then push this clip down and push it in there. So this is what you want to get after you complete that maneuver. And we're going to do that. And I may have actually missed a step. If I didn't tell you to rotate this portion 180, then rotate it 180. Because once you have this portion here, this middle portion of the plane all configured like that, so it's nice and smooth, you're supposed to see these curved wedges here. And that will tell you that you're on the right track. So then we're going to go over to the wings. The wings are on ball joints, so they can move in and out just like that. And they're on it's like a hinge within a hinge here. So remember, initially I said we're going to fold these wings out along these hinges. There's another hinge here. So what we're going to do is going to hold these pieces down so that they don't come off as we're folding the hinge out. So we're going to hold and then fold out. Then we're going to have to move this arm here. Luckily, the arms are on ball joints, so whenever they're in the way of any portion of the transformation, you can just move them out of the way. Oh, and we have a technical glitch here. Okay, so I had this piece on wrong because I dropped Starscream a couple of minutes ago, and the piece fell off and I put it back on wrong. So same thing as before, we're going to grab here and then fold out while holding the wing. And this will complete the inner portion of the wing there. And then we fold in. And boom, we've got one wing complete. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So hold the wing. Fold the clip out. And then fold the wing itself. Got the leg in the way there. Fold the wing itself in there. And if we take a look at the other side, boom, looking a lot more like an F-22 Raptor now. So then we've pretty much got this portion of the jet complete. Now we're going to come around to the other side and mess around with the arms and the legs here. Now, this is going to be really annoying because the arms are so sturdy in the way that they're connected. They're probably going to break off as you're configuring them. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the legs first. Pretty much, we need the legs to fold in here. One leg here, and then we need the arms to fold in under the legs. So I'm going to do one side. Fold this out. Angle it so that it can fold in at that angle right there like that. And the bottom of the jet is going to be really bulky, which is unfortunate, but since I made the instructions for this build downloadable for other people to use, I wanted to make sure that the model itself wasn't so annoyingly difficult that people just didn't even want to bother managing it. So it has its flaws, but it is easy to transform. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to rotate at the shoulder here because we need to get it so that these arms can fold in on themselves. That's how we're going to do. So we're going to rotate like that, then rotate the forearm, and our objective is to get the hand to go in here, in this little crevice here. So you might actually have to take the arm off if you're struggling. But I think I just about got it. Let's see, I'm trying to... There you go. And then we want this leg to just fold in over it. So we're going to stretch that leg out. Pull that down. And the leg should sit right up in there like that. Fold that down. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So this part is probably the most annoying part because the arms are so sturdy and because we have so many pneumatic bars here that have to be, you know, rotated and angled. So we're going to fold that in. It doesn't have to be exactly identical on the other side, but the arm does have to reach, you know, that little crevice here. And then fold this over. Pull that out. And then collapse the leg in there. Fold that in. And then we've got a nice clean top view here. And at this point, you can, I'm gonna fix this up. You can fold the arms in a little bit more. In a perfect world, you can actually get these arms here to fold all the way in. That would just take a bit longer than I want to spend on this video, but if you have more time, you can get the arms to fold nice and snug in there so that even the hands and knuckles aren't visible from the top. Now, for the last step, what we're going to do is we are now finally going to attach the nozzle, and that is going to be centered right on this little 1x2 round plate here. And boom, we now have a completely transformed 2007 movie Starscream. If you guys are interested in checking out the full video review of this build right here, I will leave the link to that at the end of this video.